Hello, and welcome back to the Calmlands. We're going to do some exploration of the Calmlands. You'll notice we're actually standing right next to Belgiumine. I went ahead and got some overdrives for Agors, Avak, and Revocane. Notice I skipped Akasha. I was actually wrong. She summons, Shiva, not Bahamut. She doesn't actually have Bahamut yet. We can fight that later, but that'll be an entirely different subject for a different video. So, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon Agors, I'm going to overdrive, and then if Agors lives, we'll overdrive a second time, and that should kill it. If Agors doesn't, we'll just swap through the other ones and overdrive as we can. I would like to win, but I don't think it's necessary. I can't remember though.
You again. You're quite the notorious traitor these days.
What's it to you?
You shouldn't take what the Maesters say too seriously. For summoners, destroying sin is everything. We are no tools of Yevon. Understand?
Yes.
So, are you up to the task?
I do not know, but I will do my best.
You've got spirit, but you'll need more to beat sin. An Aeon duel. Show me what you're made of. Excellent. But before we begin, I've just healed your Aeons for you. Let us begin.
Let us. Round one, fight! Again, sadly we have to watch the whole animation even though we've seen it and I have it set to short animations, but whatever, bollocks to it, game. We also have, Grand Summon if we need it, which if we do something seriously wrong.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
I will. In fact, I will summon the thing you are weak to. Note that, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but you can't actually do anything but summon, so if you get injured in between summons, there's not really a whole lot you can do. And just like other Aeon duels, she will use a predictable pattern. I don't remember what the pattern is, but she'll use a pattern and you can use that to your advantage to help yourself out in these fights. Alternatively, you can do this. And two of those, I think, will kill her. I think this has come up a bit early. 2 attacks, okay. I like attacks. Attacks do nothing. That's supposed to pop up when you have the item she gives you, isn't it? What happened there? That's weird. You'll notice we do basically no damage. Shiva has almost 0 strength, but really high defense. Like, insanely high defense, and it looks like the pattern is just to basic attack you, which is really easy. Although if we let her get an overdrive, we're going to be in for an entirely different subject. Actually, go ahead and heal myself. I should be using fire, actually, because I don't think she has that good of a magic defense. We should test that. Let's test that. Hopefully it doesn't give her an overdrive. No, she's got really high magic defense too. I guess this is like a just, you know, get an overdrive before she does and before she murders you with it kind of situation. Two overdrives kills it, I'm pretty sure. She should have like 14k or something. But for defeating her, you'll get the ability to adjust your summons attributes, your primary status, traits, things, and blarg.
Stop. That is enough.
It's expensive, but if you want to make your Aeons as powerful as they can be, you're probably going to have to boost a couple of stats for certain Aeons. Otherwise, they just go off of your summoner's stats,
Remarkable
which you can
talent.
get really high, so...
Traitor or no, you may have what it takes to beat sin. Take this. You have earned it.
Thank you.
I think you will do just fine. But if you ever feel like you want more training, seek the hidden temple of Remium. I will be waiting there, Farewell.
And now I get a tutorial about the Aeon Soul. It's just like abilities. There's really nothing different. You go in there, it gives you a cost, and you can raise attributes, blah blah blah. We won't be raising any of the attributes right now. In fact, we probably won't be raising any of the attributes ever. But, you know, it's there if you want it. We need to go to the northwest. That is our first destination, and I'm probably going to be utilizing the runaway tactic of having Humphrey in the party. Primarily because I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time having all of these encounters, especially up here in the left where there are Marlboros, whatever it's pronounced as. I really don't want to fight them right now. We will be fighting them later. Once we get this, we'll explore the rest of the area and show the hunters, or not hunters, what is it, monster arena. I want to fight these. Not really. Yeah, I'm aware I'm gonna lose experience in Gil and stuff by not doing these, but we'll be alright. The fights are pretty difficult for the experience they give, and primarily what we want up here is something a little bit further to the west of that chocobo, and this is exactly what I don't want to fight. They're pretty hard. You also can't hurt them with Humphrey's weapon here because they're immune to water and blizzard, being a plant and all. Blizzard probably be weak too for plant, but what we're looking for over here is this Bhed primer. But also this chocobo trainer, which will make navigating the Calmlands much easier. Oh, come on. If you're looking for creatures, if you're trying to capture creatures for the monster arena, which we will talk about later and do much later, this is where you get Marlboros. They spawn a lot over here, so I want to ride a chocobo. And of course, we will train one. It is, yes, easier said than done. Yes, please. You'll never get a chocobo unless you do this. There is no waiting for a chocobo to show up. It's also a very tedious way of getting Tidus's ultimate weapon, which I will sadly have to partake in. I'm just doing the base requirements to ride a chocobo on the Calmlands right now. We will have a separate bit, probably an entirely separate video for doing the rest of it. Yeah, you can miss the finish line, it's great. Let's begin, shall we? It's recommended that you use the chocobo will always go forward on its own. It's recommended you use the D-pad. And the reason I say this is because it's much quicker and much easier to do small movements. It's also much quicker to go from left to right using the D-pad. Did I make it? No, I was off by 0.1. Ah. We may actually do the first 3 and have a separate video for the last one, which is the way to get Humphrey's weapon. We may do it that way. This first one is really luck-based. It depends on how much your chocobo decides to go in one direction. There we go. Sometimes you'll get it on the first try, sometimes it'll take you 4 or 5 to get it, even knowing what you need to do. There's not much you can do to get better at it, so. Advanced training. Should I do it now? No, we'll do it later. We'll have a video dedicated for the rest of the chocobo training. Let me ride one, please. And I'm doing this primarily because we don't have random encounters whilst riding the chocobo. But also, you'll notice there's a path here. There's nothing we can do with this yet. I don't believe I have the item for it, but we'll come back there later. It's for Humphrey's weapon, I believe. First step is needs to go all the way down here. This is why I wanted a chocobo, because I don't want to walk all this way. Utilize this. Get 5,000 gil. This is 10k, I think. There should be a chocobo feather around here somewhere. I think it's on the lower level. It may be on the upper level. Let's check the upper level. By upper level, I mean the place we came in on. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but there's a chocobo feather somewhere around here that leads to an area that I'm going to show and then do basically nothing else with. Does it have a... Let me check if we have a map here. Yeah, it has an Bhed primer, so we'll grab that and then we'll basically leave and come back later. We're going to be at that place fairly often later. Here it is. Okay. So don't worry too much. You won't be missing anything. We'll be back here later to get a summon, actually, as well as... I might get it now. We're probably going to lose that. No, we won't lose that chocobo because we have to have it to get out. I might do the chocobo race here. I don't recall it being a hard race, and it gives us the cloudy mirror. Should I do that? There's no encounters here, by the way. Yeah, I could try. We'll try it. Give it one go. If I manage to screw it up, we won't give it a second go, and we'll just do it later. Save point there for a reason. In order to get the cloudy mirror, you have to go left and look at this sphere anyway, which is where the Bhed primer is, so it's pretty hard to miss this if you're going through the optional stuff anyway. You can't properly start the race until you do this. I don't think you can start the race at all, but I could be mistaken. Indeed. I'm not entirely sure how long these chocobos have just been standing here, but here's our champion. It's a very energetic champion, ready to go, as it were. This is Remium Temple, by the way. Inside of this temple is Belgiumine, or will be Belgiumine. I think she probably already is in there, but... How do I race? That's what I tell everyone. In this race, I usually end up using the analog stick, just for simplicity's sake. You'll notice there's a bunch of treasure. I'm ignoring it for very specific reasons. I'm also taking this path for a somewhat specific reason. It's not necessarily the quickest, but it's the path I usually take. Come on, Chocobo. Figure it out. If you skip the treasure, it's a really easy race. You can just do the race again to grab the treasure. So, don't fret too much about it. You don't even need to grab the treasure. It's, you know, it's alright. It's nothing you need, though. Anyway, this cloudy mirror is also used for the ultimate weapons. That was easy. Told you, I don't recall it being very hard. And we're actually going to leave. I could go in there and do some of the temple, but I think I'm going to end up just doing those like back to back to back. Maybe splitting them into different videos, but probably not because they shouldn't take very long. That'll be much, much later though, so do not fret. We will return to this place from whence we've come. We're going to return to a lot of places, actually. Not every location, but we will be returning to quite a lot once we have our airship. We'll also be going to some new areas once we have our airship, which is a ways away, sadly. As much as I wish it wasn't, but it is. Now there's actually only one more thing in this area that I really want to do now, and that's actually just to show off this. I'm not going to do this, I just want to show it off. And do remember, the original Japanese version of this game did not have a save point right here. There was no save point here in the original version, which made it very cumbersome to do the monster arena. You can hone your battle skills. We'll be using this. Primarily to get sphere levels, because there's a really easy way, or there was, I don't know if it still is here, there's a really easy way to level up utilizing the monster arena. You do get really nice rewards for capturing monsters too. Alright, I'll do it. We will be buying capture weapons for 3 people. No casters, only physical attackers. You have to hit them with the weapon to capture it, so. We won't be doing this right now. I will do all of the capture stuff later. I'll have capture videos for each area that I'm going to capture stuff in. But we'll be buying one for Humphrey. These are relatively expensive. We'll be buying this for Waka, not equipping any of these, and one for Orin. I did not mean to actually equip that, but I did. The reason I'm not giving them to anyone else is Lulu and Yuna don't physically attack things. Kimari will have less strength and the same use as Orin for quite a while. And what's her name? Riku here primarily is meant for anti-Machina, and you can't capture Machina anyway, so she has no real use to having a weapon there. What was the weapon I had? Was it? It was this one. Yeah. Right. And I will save here because this is the closest save point before this encounter that I'm going to attempt to do as I flip my page majestically. Let's save over this one. Probably shouldn't do that in case there's something wrong with this recording, but whatever. I kind of flip-flop between saving over this slot and making a new slot and all that. I don't know if we're even capable of doing this fight because it's basically a gatekeeper with relatively high difficulty. He limits your progress through the story and to another additional area that I won't be showing, but it contains another Aeon and some other good stuff and Auron's ultimate weapon. Or the base, anyway, for Auron's ultimate weapon. I think that's the closest save point. Maybe there's one before the bridge in this area. I can't remember. Oh, there's one right here. Sorry, I was looking down at something. Apologies. And now I make a new save slot. It's my neighbor's truck. I was like, why are there lights shining in my window? It's my neighbor's truck, don't worry. This boss is Trixie. Really Trixie. He hits like a truck, he's fast, he hits like a truck, he hits like a truck.
Summons
Got
from
good
Lord
armor.
Seymour. Come with us.
Hits like a truck.
We have nothing to discuss with Maester Seymour.
Yeah, so out of our way.
Lord Seymour's commands must be obeyed. You will come.
I warn you. The Maester doesn't need you alive.
This fight would probably be nigh impossible if those two Guado actually stayed here. It would be crazy. Step 1 that I'm going to employ here, and we actually don't have the right party for this, so it's going to be annoying. He has no elemental weakness, he's got really high armor, really high magic defense, and I don't think you can blind him. Let me see. We're gonna try to blind him and see how that works. Should I Dark Buster? Can only do that 9 times. Pretty sure we're not going to kill it 9 times. So let's just see if it's immune first. It is not immune to darkness. It's just fairly resistant to it. We're going to be doing Armor Break and Mental Break. At least once, possibly multiple times, depending on how things go. And he does this a lot, which I wish he didn't. Can I slow him? Hopefully he doesn't counter slow with Blast Punch. No, he's immune to slow. Alright. That's Dark Buster. Is he blind? He is! He's going to proceed to counter that attack with Blast Punch. And hit, because he's a filthy cheater. I hope he's still blind. Oh, he is. I can see it a little bit. I was like, I hope that didn't count for a turn and he's just not blind anymore. That was pretty bad. Should still do decent damage since he's been power brick. He's gonna miss, which is good. I really need to heal you? Like, pretty badly? So let's do that instead of hitting him and then being killed. Although you're still pretty likely to hit him and be killed. Riku! We can steal a decent item from him, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to Mental Break. Then he's gonna punch someone, probably kill them, because he sucks. Yep, killed Aaron. Yuna will come in. And we're just gonna Phoenix down, because I don't want to waste too much time. Items are faster than casting. Always and forever. Lulu. I'm actually gonna have her overdrive, even though I'm garbage at it. He has no elemental weakness, and we've already mental broken, so... Come on. Ah, 6. That'll do decent damage. And you will swap for Kimati. There's really nothing we can do here. Haste a few people. This dude's really quick. You might have noticed that. What can I do with a haste? Can I make him faster? Make him faster? I could actually give her a turn so she could get out, but he'll probably kill her. We'll haste Arin and hope he doesn't die, because he's got an overdrive, so we'll hit and then overdrive if he's not killed. Haymaker, by the way, pretty much a guaranteed kill. Oh, I forgot he was going to counter. It's not optimal, to be honest. It's going to hit because that causes a slow effect. Let's bring Yuna in. She's got enough speed to do what I want to do here. So we're going to Phoenix down Lulu, who hopefully gets a turn before he does. Hopefully. That's the key word here. And it didn't. Humphrey! You might die! What happens? Okay, let's use a Mega Potion. That's actually not a very good idea. I'm gonna do it anyway. Because bollocks to you, game! And then we're gonna summon. And I'm going to summon Revomans here, who's basically going to suicide himself. This thing will murder your summons pretty quickly. Just about as quickly as it murders your people. Possibly more. So basically we're just gonna suicide him. He's got how much health left? 40k? Way too much. Let's trim that down a little bit, shall we? We're not gonna do 40k, but it should do pretty well. Yeah, 10.5. Pretty decent hit if you ask me. And now he's gonna die. Unless he dodges twice. Actually, once. Come on, dodge. Dodge. Nope, dead. If he had dodged that, we could have got that second one off, which would have been really good. That would have been half of his HP down. At minimal risk to party members, except now he's gonna... Oh no, he won't punch someone. Unless I do this, in which case he'll punch someone. Taste Lulu. She's so slow. I hate that with a passion. You... Swap to Auron. Auron presumably die. Also presumably do a lot of damage to this dude, we'll see. Got pretty good at that one. 7.6, that's pretty good. I believe you can hit him with Delay Buster. I don't have it, which sucks. But I'm pretty sure he still counters it because it's a physical hit. No, he's immune to it. That sucks. At least we know now. Has everyone acted? I believe everyone has. You're dead? Let's have Titus actually use the item. The advantage of casting magic in this fight is that he doesn't always use Blast Punch, which I hate with a passion. Probably figured out how much I hate Blast Punch at this point, though. He's got 16k. Waka's got an overdrive, which we may as well try and use, even though I suck at it. And then we'll probably end up, if I had attack reels, that'd be pretty sweet. We'll probably end up using another summon. Water it is, which is after fire, after lightning. There we go. If I was better at that, I could get more damage out of it, but 4k, pretty good. He has an overkill threshold, by the way, of... This is actually bad. I don't want to leave Waka out, because he's going to miss a pretty big chunk of experience here. And he's just going to kill someone else, though. Unless he misses, which he won't, unless he aims for Lulu. Or he'll do this, which I actually wish he hadn't. That sucks. I wish we had killed him before he did that. So now he has Shell, Protect, and all of the Null stuff. I believe, however, we have Dispel. Is it Riku that has it? Yeah, she has Dispel. So we're going to utilize her white magic abilities to get rid of that, to basically allow us to do this. He has an overkill threshold of 4k. How much health does he have left? More than 4k. What do we have? We have Avak and Akasha. Or, well, Avak and someone else will have an overdrive. I have so many turns, though. I'd like to wear him down a little bit, but he's just gonna beat someone over the head if we attack him for 404 damage. Does he have Armor Guard still? Or Armor Break still? No, we removed Armor Break. Whoops. My bad. Glad I noticed that. When did Armor Break go away? 6k! Well, that's basically what I was hoping for. And I'm going to Grand Summon. We're going to Grand Summon Akasha. She'll do slightly more damage than Avak would, and I'm hoping it's enough to kill it. So 6.2 or something was what it had? Yeah, 6.2. Hopefully this does at least that much. It did basically exactly the damage I thought it was going to. So, hooray! I recommend going backwards immediately after this fight and saving. Or at least touching the save sphere. And I will utilize save even though I accidentally hit that button. Just to get your HP and your MP and all that other crap back, because that's a pretty tricky fight. He likes to just one-shot people fairly frequently. Much like later bosses in the game like to just one-shot people. It's a pastime of theirs. That's the
This
optional
isn't the
area.
way in?
That way leads down into the valley.
Wow, you know your way around, yeah? Huh?
That's because she was a guardian. We'll be going down there separately after we finish the main, basically the chunky bit of this story.
Sometimes Yuna would just stare off into the distance. I finally understood why. She was saying goodbye to the places she'd never see again.
Summoner Yuna and Guardians, leave here at once. Gagazet is Ronso land, sacred mountain of Yevon. The mountain will not bear the footsteps of infidels.
Enemy of Yevon is enemy of Ronso. Leave, traitors!
I have cast aside Yevon. I follow the temple no more.
Then you will die by those words.
So be it. Yevon has warped the teachings and betrayed us all.
Nothing but a bunch of low-down tricksters, eh?
Yeah!
Yeah, yeah!
We have no regrets.
Blasphemers!
A summoner and her guardians.
Lord Kelgronso, if I may. Have you not also turned your back on Bevel?
But still, you guard Gagazet as a Ronso, not a Maester. Yuna is much the same.
Elder Kelk! Let Biran rend them asunder! No escape! Not one!
No, we will not flee. We will fight and continue on.
You have been branded a traitor, but still you would fight sin. Lost to the temple, hated by the people, yet you continue your pilgrimage? Everything lost. What do you fight for?
I fight for Spira. The people long for the calm. I can give it to them. It's all I can give. Defeating sin, ending pain. This I can do.
Even sacrificing yourself. Ronso, let them pass. Summoner Yuna, your will is stronger than steel. Tempered steel that even the mightiest Ronso could not hope to bend. Yuna, We bow to your will. Now go. The sacred heights of Gagazet welcome you.
We thank you.
Indeed. May as well talk to people.
You think of anything yet?
Ah, my neck's hurting.
Xanarkin's on the other side, huh?
Yeah? You're home, yeah?
As if you believed me.
Maybe I do. The one on the other side here is probably just a pile of rubble, yeah? But somewhere out there is your Xanarkin. Somewhere, yeah? Yeah, you'll be home soon enough.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, cheer up. Let's do this.
Yuna's grown stronger.
Stronger, huh? I'd say it's more like she's driven, don't you think?
That's why she's strong. She's still pressing forward. When weak people are driven, they can't go far before they break. She keeps going forward because she is strong.
It's just a little farther now.
Biran and Yenke gone.
I wonder what they're up to. It's probably nothing. Great. I hope we don't have to fight them.
That lack of voice acting.
Must fight. Kimari must win.
For whatever reason, that line had no voice acting, which was quite bizarre. You might notice we can't play Blitzball from here. There's a slight reason to that, but that's going to be the end of this set, this video, this Dingle Dongleberry. I hope it's not a Dingle Dongleberry, that's just weird. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.